Come and fuck with a G, girl, you already know.
Yo, we back again. Word 'em up. Yo, son, we gonna take a little trip up to Maryland, feel me? Shout out to my sister, yo. You haven't heard lately, I drop a verse daily. I'm about to lay the rose petals for boxing first lady. Ask Cash, she not in it for a cash grab. She passionate when she speaking to make the crabs mad. Ashley's Corner got the news for the boxing heads. Whether you ball, rockin' waves, or you got the dreads. Cowboys bummy, nose running, ain't nothing funny. These little dummies will sell their own mommy for insurance money. Tuning in on weekends, my favorite getaway. Giving you the boxing analogy every Saturday. Plus she got a hyperlink, so if you got a dime, spend some time and go to bonfire.com/store/love-in-sports, and you can lurk, hit the search, you could get a shirt. If you ain't learned by now, you never will. She got the clever skills where the sneakers are in high heels. All the cats boring now, they was boring then. There's no defeating her. Ashley's like a meteor, with knowledge like a thesaurus, encyclopedia. Them other lame channels remedial, make me sleepier. I tried to warn you, if I say again, your ass are gonna. Y'all informants, get the hell away from Ashley's Corner. You lose a leg if you step a toe past the border. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner. Word 'em up. Ash Cash. We in the building, son. Judah Ben. Tell a friend, yo. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner.
Oh, all right. Jeez, man. I was like, what is going on? All right. All right. Bet. I'm tripping. Salute to everybody that's in the building, everybody that's going to hear this on this playback. Please remember to hit the like button. Share this channel because it's a dope channel. Okay? But hit that like button and sub to the channel if you have not already. Salute to all things in the building first. What is popping with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming in the building. What is good with you? As always, I will be dropping the link. Salute to you, Crush the Legend. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Tiz Frank in the building. What is good with you, Tiz? What's good with you? Been a little mad. I haven't seen you in a little minute, y'all. Salute to you. I hope everything's all hope all is well with you. I'm gonna drop the shit out of my phone. Hold up. I was supposed to be on at 3. Had something to do. I'm here now. Just give me 1 second. Give me a second. Where's my... Okay. That little girl take my pen. She sure did, because I heard her gather stuff up. Hold on. Hey. That's all right. Where's the pen you put for me?
Yes.
Give me that pen back.
What?
You put the pen off the table. Where's it at? Okay. Jeez. Got it. She tried to take my writing utensil. She tried to take my pen. Thank you. I appreciate you though, Tiz Frank. No, I didn't mean nothing like that. You can be wherever you at. You don't have to be here. You don't have to listen to playback. I was just saying, I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well, sir. But let's get on with it, y'all. Let's get on with it. You know, I don't really wait until a certain time or a certain amount of people get in here. Nah. That's what the playback is for. So we're gonna get right into it. November is special. I said that because that's really all I'm really looking for forward to right now. And I want to talk about everything that's on the screen. I want to talk about all the fights, and most of them happen in November and late October, I believe. It's really nothing to look forward to like right now. Like we got like 3 weeks until it's like a really good fight that comes on. Yeah, so I think it's a DAZN card tonight that I could give two shits about, really. No disrespect, but I don't really care. I think Cecilia Brækhus is fighting tonight or something like that. But that's not even, I don't even think they're going to televise that the fight. So, excuse me, it's not really nothing to look forward to until November comes, besides I believe the Fondor versus Keith Thurman fight. I'm looking forward to see that. I really want to know why everybody thinks that Keith Thurman has a chance. Keith Thurman is a good talker. He's been a good talker. I don't know if y'all seen his interview. They had a short, well, it wasn't a short, it was a short video of his interview. I believe it was with Fight Hype or Fight Hub. I could get them mixed up sometimes. But he was on the Stairmaster the whole time, which was funny to me immediately, is that he was going up and down the whole time on the Stairmaster while he was having the interview. Like, so, but the dude gassed him up and asked him, you know, about Floyd Mayweather. He was like, "Did Floyd Mayweather duck you?" He was like, "Is that really a question?" It was really funny. Like, so, I mean, in my opinion, like I say, I don't really. Should you really talk about a fighter that's so-called ducking you if you can't beat that fighter? It's like my always been my bottom line. It always been like my so what. Salute to you, Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat talk is in the building. What is popping with you, queen? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Definitely appreciate you, queen. Yes, she's still fighting. I don't care. I don't even care that she's fighting. Yeah, I got him beating Keefy too. Like I don't understand why. I respect Keith. Don't get me wrong. I like Keith more now than I did when he was fighting at welterweight. I mean, in the beginning when he was fighting at welterweight, I liked Keith. But you know, around the Spence era and him getting injured a bunch of times holding the two titles, Keith kind of lost me as a fan. You know what I'm saying? I still appreciate what he did in the ring, but he just started to be a BSer to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he went through a whole little year and a half, 2 years of some BS. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be for real. But I just don't see it. I mean, if Keith was who he was back then in his 20s, fighting Fondor, I would give him more of a chance. You know what I'm saying? If Brian Mendoza can do it, one time can do it. You know what I mean? But one time ain't been one time in a while. And I know he moved up to 154 and his last fight was a stoppage, but I don't really know that guy that he stopped. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it was a bad stylistic matchup, which I think Keith Thurman and Fondor is shit. I think Sebastian Fondor is a bad stylistic matchup for a lot of people. And that's no shame or disrespect to a fighter's skill level. But it's a bad stylistic matchup because of Fondor's height and reach and the way he fights. You know what I mean? I think it will be a good fight for as long as it lasts. I think Keith Thurman's never got stopped in his career. He only had one loss. Keith Thurman is 31-1, with 23 knockouts. He got like around a 25% knockout rate, and he's been pro for 18 years though, and he's 36 years old. He's only 5'9.5", with a 69-inch reach compared to Sebastian Fondora is 6'5.5" with an 80% reach, bro. He got a whole foot on a lot of people. Salute to you, Mike Biggs. Boxing is in the building. Salute to you, King. Definitely appreciate you coming through. Yes, Keith. Hold on. Out of there. I like Keith Thurman. I really do, but I just don't think that Sebastian Fondor, your second fight at 154. I'm glad he's still getting opportunities though. You know what I mean? Keith is a good talker. He's a, you know what I mean? He want to fight comp. I have to respect him on that, even though he didn't want to fight Earl Spence. You know, he likes to fight competition. I have to give him that. At least now, you know what I mean? Maybe it's, you know, he is 36. Yeah, 36 years old. Sebastian Fondora has 23 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 15 knockouts. Okay. He's ranked number 4 at 154. His knockout percentage is a little over 65%. Southpaw, and he's been pro for 9 years. He's 27 years old. I just don't see I don't see what everybody else is saying. Keith ain't 5'9". I've been seeing him before. That nigga short. Yo, I agree with you. Like, I remember saying, yeah, Keith, yeah, might be 5'8.5". Okay, so for real. Salute to you, 704 Joe. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming in the building. But yeah, the things that, you know, and to be honest, Brian Mendoza didn't do all the moving around that people are saying Keith Thurman needs to do, and it's for good reason. Brian Mendoza is, like, we've seen him take hellacious punches. We know he got a chin. He's been up in that weight class. He's a bigger guy. You know what I mean? He got a strong high guard, and he took a lot of punishment from Fondor until he landed that money shot. I believe Fondor was tired. He was beat. He had, you know, Brian Mendoza got his punches in, but Fondor was tired. But the difference is, like, that was old Fondor. Fondor is not the same. He don't fight the same way. And I don't think, like, Keith Thurman don't fight like Brian Mendoza. Like, he's not that type of fighter. So I agree that Keith Thurman would have to do quite a bit of moving around the ring, because that's really his style. Keith Thurman does move around the ring. That's what he do. That's his style. So, but the amount of moving that he need to do for a fighter with the 80-inch reach, I don't know if he's ever really got prepared for it and fought professionally without headgear or big gloves. You understand? So this could be tough for Keith. Like, this could be the first time Keith ever gets stopped in his career. You know, Keith has got dropped, of course, but he ain't never got stopped. And Fondor might be the guy to do it. I believe this fight's October the 27th or something. Something like that. I agree with that, Tiz Frank. He has improved with each fight. I agree with that. What was I about to say though? Yeah, I got I have to say I have Fondor winning that fight. I just don't see Keith Thurman having the knees. You understand me? I don't think he got the knees to continue to fight for 12 rounds the way that I think he needs to, not to take so much damage. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman do have good footwork, okay? And he do have good head movement, and that's what Tim Tszyu was lacking in both categories. But Tim Tszyu left his head on the center line. But the first fight, Tim Tszyu was getting at Keith Thurman. So, I mean, I see that's probably what people say. I mean, it was getting at Fondor. I see what people are saying, though. They think Keith Thurman can offensively do the things that Tim Tszyu was doing in the first fight, or or mimic something like that, and defensively move around and not to not to take so much punishment. I just don't think he can do it. Period. 25th, I was close. I just don't think he can do it. I just don't think Keith Thurman can do all that shit to actually stay away from Fondor enough not to get laid the hell out. I just I heard Virgil Ortiz was gonna hold up, man. Let me just do it like this so I can remember. Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin. Okay. Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin. I like Virgil Ortiz a lot. I really do. I can't fault him. Out of all the times that I had a problem with Ortiz, is because I was ignorant to his issues. I didn't know that he had the health problem that he had. I didn't know how legit and how serious it was, and if he was being real, you know what I mean? But now that I understand what his issue was, and it kept landing him in the hospital and stuff like that, just wrapping my mind around it and saying that he's still a fighter, and saying that the reason why he probably didn't take certain fights was because of those issues, because it was the same time. I can't be mad at Virgil Ortiz. I think that he's a very good fighter. And I think at 154, because it's so deep, he got a lot to prove, and he's stepping up to the plate. I believe he's already fought two good names. Oops. Shit. He's already fought two good names at the weight class. And hold up. Hold up. And so he already fought two good names at the weight class. So I believe that Lubin is a good fight because of the people he's already fought, and just because of that, you know what I mean? And I think it's a different type of style, and I can respect it to a certain degree, because it's not like he's fighting somebody that don't have a name, because there's a lot of names at 154. Virgil Ortiz's record is 23-0 with 21 knockouts, bro. Virgil Ortiz has a 91% knockout rating. Dude, 5'10" with 70-inch reach, 27 years old, pro for 9 years. Lubin is 27-2 with 19 knockouts. Got a 70% knockout rating, 30 years old, been pro for 12 years, not 5'11", with a 74.5 reach. And he's a southpaw. So, I mean, I think it's something different. I think Virgil Ortiz hasn't seen a Lubin, regardless of how many times, how people look at Lubin. And the fact that he has 2 losses. I mean, Lubin has been in some good fights. You know what I mean? I think he has good power. His 2 losses was both knockout losses, and it was from Fondor that Keith Thurman is about to fight. I'm telling you, Keith Thurman about to get stopped too, in my opinion. And Jamel Charlo, in my opinion, I mean, it wasn't a lucky shot, but it was kind of on the fluke level when it came to that punch that got landed on Lubin from Jamel. Not to say it wasn't granted or warranted or nothing like that, but it just looked weird. But I think it's going to be a good fight. Virgil Ortiz is ranked number 3 in the world at 154. Right up under Xander Zayas. Did you know that? Did y'all know that Bachram was number 1 and Xander Zayas was number 2? According to BoxRec, Virgil Ortiz is ranked number 3. Thank you. Virgil Ortiz is ranked number 3. So it's like, damn. I would have never thought that that Xander Zayas would be even that high up. You know what I mean? And now that I see that, the next person he should be fighting is Xander Zayas, especially if Xander want that fight versus Virgil. Virgil should be fighting Xander Zayas next. Word. You hear me? That's how I feel. But this fight, in my opinion, it's kind of interesting. Like I really thought that when Lubin fought, staggering name. When Lubin fought that what's his name? He's real big. Ramos. When Lubin fought Ramos, I thought Ramos was gonna give him something. Like I thought Ramos was gonna hurt Lubin. He went in there and pulled that shit off. It was kind of dry fight for real. But he went in there and beat him. You know what I mean? So I can't really sleep on Lubin right now. Like this is Virgil Ortiz we talking about, and I respect Virgil. But I mean, I think Virgil should beat Lubin. But this is something that Virgil hasn't seen. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, Lubin is bigger than him. For real. Like, he's taller than him. He got a longer reach. You know, he got a nice little style. He's southpaw. You know what I mean? He got a nickname for both his hands because he got pop. You know what I mean? Like, I can respect this fight. I really can. And it's a lot of people be fighting some bums, but Lubin is a name. I can't hate on it, man. Now, speaking about my guy David Benavidez. My guy David Benavidez. David is going to be fighting Anthony Yarde. I believe this is at 175. Yeah, Anthony Yarde is 27-3 with 24 knockouts. Okay, he got 2 knockout losses by Sergey Kovalev and Arthur Beterbiev. Those are 2 good fighters. And a lot of people don't even want to fight Arthur for real. It's been a long time that Arthur couldn't find a fight. So, being that Anthony Yarde fought him, he got stopped, but he definitely fought him. Anthony Yarde knockout percentage is almost 90%. He's 34 years old, 6 foot tall, been pro for 10 years. He's on a 4-fight win streak right now. David Benavidez is 30-0 with 24 knockouts. 80% knockout rate, and he's 6'2 with a 74.5 reach. 28 years old. Been pro for 12 years. He's number 3 in the world at 175, right up under Arthur Beterbiev and number 1 Bivol. In my opinion, David Benavidez should be top 3 on everybody's anything damn list. David Benavidez has shown that the best people in the sport is scared to fight him. I don't care what nobody say. The best fighters in the sport don't want to fight, don't want to go up against David Benavidez. He's been highly avoided, and it's for good reason. He is a Mexican monster. I have to give it to him. David Benavidez, and I liked other fighters, right? I liked David Morrell a lot, but you know, I was going for David Morrell because I liked his heart, I liked his skill, I seen it, you know what I mean? And it came out to be a great fight. Gave David Benavidez a great fight, and turned me into even a bigger fan for David. David's that guy. I gotta give it to him. Salute to you, Maximus Royalty. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. No, he's not. Yarde is real strong too. The thing is that if Yarde had a little better defense, he tightened up on his defense. He learned to keep his hands up. He sparred more and have more stamina when he fight. Man, Yarde would be such a better fighter. For real. Salute to you, Mike Ron. Definitely appreciate you coming through. You know what I think his problem is? I've been a Yarde fan for a long time. And it's no disrespect, but I think every fighter should branch out and train with different trainers. And I think Yarde is definitely one of them guys that need a few camps with another trainer. Not to say he needs to be away from his original trainer. If he need to be away from him, then he does. But I think training with some American trainers, some people with different styles, could really help Anthony Yarde and his fighting style and the way he fights. Because I really like him. I really like Anthony Yarde. He got a lot of power. I like his style. But he just don't keep his hands up enough. You know what I mean? He don't keep his hands up enough. I think he like looking pretty when he fight, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to look a certain way, because that's what makes it entertaining, is your style and the way you fight, the way you throw punches, the way you move, all of that, your defense, all of that. But if his was a little slicker, it would be so much better for him. Salute to Flawless Mentality Elevator, hosted by Dr. Marcus in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through, King. Definitely appreciate you. Get something to drink. Jesus. Parched much? But yeah. I can't wait for this one. David, man. You got to respect David. After all of these years, all these fights, all these times, all these interviews, the things he said, the malice he held, the respect, you know what I'm saying, that he gives other fighters, the things he says in interviews, his thought process behind boxing, everything. It's no way that you cannot like David Benavidez, bro. It's no way you cannot like David. Like, if you're a boxer for in and out of the ring, I fuck with David Benavidez heavy. Like, everything he say, like, I respect his boxing brain, his answers when it comes to all his questions. I can respect it. Do I agree with everything? I can't, of course, but who cares? Like, man, he's so respectful. He's so respectful, meaning everybody respects him, yo. He should be at the top of everybody's list, but when it comes down to people saying who's the greatest and who's this and who's that, people forget about David real quick. Salute to Thomas Hill. What is popping with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming in the building. Definitely appreciate you. So yeah, I'm going with David for sure. Not even really much to think about there. I'm definitely going with David. This fight right here, man, now I'm finna drop the link. And we can go back and talk about all the fights. But this fight right here, excuse me, man, I'm anticipating this one. When they were saying that this is who we gonna fight, I was like, y'all are bullshitting me. Y'all is not being real. Hold up. This daggone. Oh, okay, there it is. Where's... Hold up, my bad, y'all. Okay. This fight right here is going to be good. It's going to be good, man. I haven't seen all of Lamont's fights. I haven't seen all of Isaac Cruz's fights. I haven't. I think this is going to be entertaining, though, because I really don't think that Lamont Roach has fought anybody as short as Isaac Cruz. Number one, because that is an issue when it comes to fighting, if you ain't used to it. And number two, somebody that's as aggressive as Isaac Cruz. That's the reason why a lot of people think Isaac Cruz is an entertaining fighter, because he's a short, aggressive dude that has a tight defense and throws overhand punches. He comes forward. You know what I'm saying? People love that about Isaac Cruz. And that also is the same reason on why he's entertaining to watch versus certain matchups. This right here, in my opinion, is that type of matchup for sure. Like, definitely. Definitely. I I would love it. I love this fight. I love the matchup. I can't even front. I love it. Now I don't know what made him choose Isaac Cruz. I don't know what made him choose Isaac Cruz because there was a number of fighters that wanted to fight Lamar Roach, but Isaac Cruz, okay, I can respect it. I can respect that shit because I believe it's going to be a good fight for real. And I'm picking Isaac Cruz to win it for real. And that's just how I feel. I guess, in my opinion, it's not really that many punches. When you look at even just when I look at the fights that I've seen as a whole with Lamar Roach, he don't really dodge that many. He's like a catch and shoot type fighter. You know what I mean? Or he'll roll with something. You feel me? Man, I got Lamar Roach catching something probably bad in this fight or having the fight different. Lamar Roach gonna have to show me something and fight on his back foot and moving around the entire time. I haven't seen him do that. Like he stands in first like a steady fighter. He stands there. Like that's really what he do. So to see him versus Isaac Cruz, that's gonna be very interesting. You feel me? It's gonna be very interesting. Lamar Roach is 25, 1-2. 1 loss, 2 draws. He has 10 knockouts. He's coming off a draw. He has a 40% knockout rating. He's 30 years old, 5'7", with his 68-inch reach, and he's been pro for 11 years. Isaac Cruz is 28, 3-1, with 18 knockouts. He has a knockout percentage of 64.30%, 27 years old, 5'4", with a 63.5-inch reach, and pro for 10 years, okay? So he got like a 3-inch reach on Isaac Cruz, which we already seen Isaac Cruz fight guys with a longer reach advantage than Lamar Roach is going to have on him. I got Roach making Pitbull look ridiculous. That's what's up. That makes it even for a better fight because that's what I'm saying. I've seen more of Isaac Cruz fights than I've seen Lamar Roach. I've seen 3 fights that Lamar Roach had. 3. I've seen more of Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz, it's like if you don't have nothing for him to worry about, he's going to come even harder than he naturally comes. Just like when he fought Tank Davis, and he really wasn't it looked like he was sticking to a game plan. He really wasn't as sloppy, and he really wasn't as he wasn't coming forward as much as we've seen him in every fight he's ever had when he fought Tank, right? But what he said, he admitted that he knew that Tank stopped using his hand around the 4th round. And Tank said, and everybody was like, yeah, it happened in the 4th round when he really re-injured his hand. So, and he still didn't up the ante or go even harder. You feel what I'm saying? And that's because the other hand that Tank had still had pop in it. The fact that, Lamar Roach really isn't considered a power puncher, and we seen him fight Rolly. Like we seen Isaac Cruz fight Rolly, which is known to be a power puncher. They're known to have pop in both hands. And I seen Rolly hit the shit, Rolly smacked the shit out of Isaac Cruz with damn near every punch that he had. He hit him with as straight hard as he could. I seen it. He hit Isaac Cruz with a flush left hook and a flush right hook throughout that fight. He was hitting the shit out of Isaac Cruz because they were throwing punches at the same time. Isaac Cruz got a very good defense, got a very good turtle shell. That's what you should might as well call it a turtle shell. All of that shit's tucked in, it's real tight. His fist, his gloves is right there on the bottom of his jawline. Everything's tight. His head is small. You know what I mean? It's hard at the tie, hard head. Like everything is covered. His body is small. His arms it's covering everything. It's covering everything. But when he throw, he open. And that's what you seen. You seen Isaac Cruz and Rolly throwing punches at the same damn time. And what happened? You can tell that the punches that Rolly was landing on Isaac Cruz was hurting him. He was grimacing like a mother. It was hurting him, but he didn't drop, didn't fold, kept coming, kept throwing. His will he out-willed Rolly and hurt Rolly more than he got hurt. And that was it for Rolly. Rolly defense wasn't as good as wasn't as good as Isaac Cruz. In my opinion, like it's gonna have to be a lot of that for Lamar Roach. Lamar Roach gonna have to be defensively like a motherfucker with two good hands. Without Tank. Tank had to be defensively because he hurt his hand. And he still looked like he was getting out on him and shit. He hurt his hand. He gonna have to fight like him, in my opinion, for a good part of that fight with two good hands. Like it's gonna be hard, in my opinion. Salute to you, Mike. What is popping with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming in the building. But yeah, I don't just like I said, I respect him. I respect him for taking this fight. I think it's a hard fight. I really do. And for real, Lamar Roach probably look at it as an easy fight. Like Isaac Cruz might be easy work. I know a lot of people look at Isaac Cruz as easy work because they're fighters. You know, they see things different than we do, especially that I do. You know what I mean? But I don't think this is a walk in the park. This is not a walk in the park for Lamar Roach. I don't see that. It could be that though. I just don't see it. Who else? Now I heard this right here is happening. I heard Floyd Schofield and Diaz is gonna get it cracking. That's what I heard. And I'm not mad at that either. Just because that JoJo's a name and JoJo be on everybody's resume. Everybody get a piece of JoJo. And before he retire, it looked like Kid Austin gonna have him on his resume too. But after this, I'm gonna need Kid Austin to actually fight somebody. After JoJo, I'm gonna need you to fight somebody, Kid Austin. Seriously. Your best fight, best opportunity you had got slipped through your fingers of Shakur Stevenson. So you need to fight somebody after this cat. You fought Tevin Farmer coming off a loss. You fighting this man coming off a loss. So you need to step it up, son. Floyd Schofield, aka Kid Austin, record is 19-0 with 13 knockouts. He has a 68.5% knockout rate, and he's been pro for 6 years. He's only 23 years old. He's 5'7". Okay, JoJo is 5'6" with a 64-inch reach. His record is 34-8-1. You feel me? JoJo Diaz fought over 40 times and he has 8 losses. That's crazy, right? Bruh got 8 losses, 15 knockouts. He's been stopped by Oscar Duarte in April of last year, 2024. It was a 10-round fight. He got stopped in the 9th round. And the only reason why I said that is because Floyd Schofield Sr., okay, Kid Austin Sr., Kid Austin's dad was saying, we trying to do the unthinkable and stop JoJo because ain't nobody done it. Correction. It happened last year, sir. Oscar Duarte stopped him in the 9th round. TKO. Maybe he's saying he want to put him to sleep and knock him out. I don't think the good luck with that, because there's one thing that JoJo does is keep his damn hands up. That's one thing JoJo does is keep his hands up. But I can say that JoJo Diaz never been dropped. I can give you that. If you drop JoJo Diaz, okay, I give you that, because I don't think he's been dropped at all. I don't think he's been dropped. So I'll give you that. If you can drop JoJo Diaz, then you'll tell me that you got some pop for real. But JoJo got 8 losses, my guy. 8 losses. That's a lot, son. That's a lot. But JoJo Southpaw, he likes standing there with the high guard and letting you get off all your sauce. That's why he got a bunch of losses, bro. Like, depending on how much you can throw, like, he'll just stand there and hold the high guard. He ain't going to move out. He's not going to do much moving out the way. None of that. Defense is kind of trash, in my opinion. So, Floyd Schofield should win this fight. For real. If he don't win this fight, it's like, the fuck is we talking about? It's like, what's going on here? JoJo got a lot of mileage. He might get stopped. Might got a lot of mileage. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of fights. I already talked about them, man. And I don't know why this picture came out like this, but whatever. Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. I'm highly anticipating this fight. Highly anticipating this fight. I think this is a lot of people's torn with this. I heard a lot of people think Devin Haney's going to win this fight. And some of the people that think Devin Haney's going to beat Brian Norman Jr. don't even like Devin Haney. You feel me? So that's what makes this joint so interesting to me. Because it's like one of the fights that Devin is having that people are torn and split by. And the same thing with Brian. I think a lot of people didn't think Brian was going to lose any fight that he's had so far. So this is, both of their fight that they can show different. Salute to the hard hitter in sports and entertainment. 503 is in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Like I said, I got Brian Norman Jr. winning the fight. I think that I just think that this is a different type of fight for Devin Haney. I think he can win the fight, of course. But I just think, for some reason, I just really think that Brian Norman Jr. really has enough in the toolbox to offset what people are thinking that Devin can actually capitalize in the ring. I've heard a lot of the footwork issue, like he don't have good footwork. That's why Devin is going to win. But I don't really see that as an issue. I don't see that he has bad footwork. And I don't see that somebody having bad footwork is the reason why Devin wins his fights in the first place. Regardless of any type of drug that Ryan was on, his footwork isn't really what won the fight, is it? So I'm not really concerned about Brian lacking footwork. Like, I really think Brian's going to win the fight. But, well, yeah, let me talk about Devin is 32-0 with 15 knockouts, 46.88% knockout rating. Has been pro for 11 years. He's 26 years old, 5'9", with a 71-inch reach. Brian Norman has a 72-inch reach, 5'8", 24 years old, been pro for 8 years, knockout rating is 78.57%. He has 22 knockouts, and he's 28-0. So I think this is that's just how I look at it. I think it's a great fight. Devin is honestly ranked number 1 for real, because you don't look at Boots, which is really ranked number 1 because he's not at welterweight no more. Devin is ranked number 1 via BoxRec, and Brian is ranked number 2. This is a great fight. It's a great fight. This is something that both of them really don't have yet in their career. Both of them really fought people that they should win, or a lot of people thought that they was going to be. They've been favored for damn near every fight. Now, I wanted to talk about Tank Davis. Tank Davis, he think boxing is going down the drain. I heard people say, I wanted people to come in here and actually, I don't really care. As y'all already know, like, when it comes to a lot of fighters, and because the struggle they already been through, like, even David Benavidez, like, it's nothing you can really say to me about David Benavidez that's gonna, I don't fucking care. Like, y'all, he's the guy that's being ducked. He's the best in boxing. I look at Tank as that way. Like, I don't care. Like, there's a lot of things that people really is upset about that he said and how he feels. And Jesus, this is a whole clusterfuck of emotions, you know. But I think that Tank think that boxing is going down the drain because of Turkey and his plans. That's honestly what I believe. I think it's Turkey and the fact that Dana White's coming into boxing and he's changing things, and you know they not acknowledging the 4 belts, and they're making their own belt, and they're buying fighters, and they're canceling the Ali Act, and they probably got a bunch of other things that we don't really even know about going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes that we're not being informed about just yet. That Tank and a lot of fighters know about. Like, Devin already said this is boxing. Like, you really don't have no secrets. Like, everybody knows what everybody's business in boxing. And if things could get to YouTube creators and come on social media via freaking YouTube, then I guarantee you boxers and promoters know things too. They know more. You know what I mean? They know it before we know it. So that's just how I see it. And in Tank eyes, Turkey is helping ruin the sport, for him. That's how he's looking at it. That's how I think he's seeing the shit. And Shakur is telling him that he has to fight for or under Turkey or in Saudi is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's already ruining the fights that he had to be lined up and wanted to fight Shakur. He tried to fight. He already tried to fight Shakur twice. You know what I'm saying? And he's not even the person saying it. That's how you know it's true. Tank's not even the one out here saying, "Oh, well, I sent the contract." He's not even talking like everybody else is, yo. The people that's snitching on these fighters that's not taking fights is management. Like, y'all really think that's Steven Espinoza just be lying just to lie? Like, y'all really think he just be making up stuff just to make up stuff? No, bro. Like, he knows that, ESPN, Al Heyman, and PBC, they've sent contracts this day and at this time this year, and that year also. The fighters is like, really, nigga, you know that you got sent. You definitely know that shit. Like we said for years, yo, the money for a lot of these people is in the shit talk. It's really not in fighting the person that you shit talking. It's really in the talking, because you got so many backing the bullshit. Got so many people backing the bullshit. But Shakur, being that, he's, and I've said this shit. I said that Shakur was Bud 2.0 in 2018, 2019, bro. We are here now in 2025, and people are just now seeing it the way that I seen it years ago. People are just now saying he acting just like Bud. I've been seeing him acting like Bud. And my whole gripe with everybody that always was pushing and mad at Tank because he's not fighting this person, that person, not fighting XYZ. My whole gripe years ago, all of those years ago, was that man is the A side, and all these people want is to be A side. They just want to try to bully Tank around in negotiations. And everybody was like, bro, everybody know Tank is A side. Ain't no Devin ain't going to do that. Shakur ain't going to do that. Bro, all of them did it. All of them did it. That's why you heard Tank Team come out last year and say, look, whatever Tank's about to give you, just take it. And people was turning down shit left and right after he said that shit. It's not a coincidence, man. Like, of course he's going to say this sport is going down the drain. Ain't shit happening. Ain't shit moving. Besides, the people just want their cake right now. They didn't even make the cake. They didn't even have the damn ingredients. Somebody else, a Tank, made the damn cake, and y'all just want to put your finger in it and get icing whenever the fuck you open your mouth. It's irritating. It really is. And people surprised he said he not the face of boxing. He's somebody that boxes. Bro, who treat him like the face of boxing? At the time when he did say that, other people, that old media, new media, was saying that. They was giving him that shit, so he took it. But right now, all this shit that's going on, you got Turkey twisting shit around and all. Man, get the fuck. He don't even want it. He'd rather just get his money and dip because shit is just flipping. Shit's flipping. And you can't really sit and say that Turkey's doing nothing to the sport. He's doing a lot. You're just not paying attention. And it's sad that when this shit hit the fan and stuff really changed in boxing, y'all gonna be like, how? When did this happen? When you were saying that you're glad he got cheap pay-per-views and he's making fights happen. That's when the fuck he was doing it. I agree. Boxing is starting to look a little different. And being that the things that's being said it's going to look different in the upcoming years. You got the man saying he's about to buy 400 fighters. Like, he not about to buy 400 amateurs. So he's going to buy fighters that's already fighting. And for the people that like going to fights like myself, that shit's going to die out. Unless you know, it's going to be Vegas all day. Like, it's changing. It's definitely changing. And him saying that he got to go and fight in Turkey, the whole reason why a lot of people don't get the Tank fight is because y'all tell them where the fuck to fight at. And being that Steven Espinoza sat there in an interview beside Shakur Stevenson and told him that we tried to fight you years ago, and you know Bob Arum don't do work business with everybody. Shakur was asking questions, he was answering them, saying that yeah, this, that, and the third. You know, Bob Arum don't do this and he don't do that. And we asked for a fight, it didn't go far because it had to go on your platform. So he sat there and said that you didn't get the Tank fight because it had to be on ESPN. So you made the grand idea, Bud 2.0. Shakur Stevenson had the grand idea to tell the world that Tank need to fight over in Saudi. In my honest opinion, and this is what I've been saying for years too, these fighters don't want to fight because they're doing things to get them out of it. And I don't give a fuck what people say. Oh, well, it's just words. No, it's not. It's not about the words. It's about the action of what he's trying to. He knows Tank isn't going to fight over there. So what do? Say, oh, I'm not fighting unless it's over there. And y'all just blame it on Tank. No, you should blame it on the person that don't have the ass to tell Tank where to fight at. Because you're Shakur Stevenson. You're Bud 2.0. You want to flip to see who comes out first. Tank being that Tank's the A side. That's really, you know, Tank being the A side and Shakur only ever caring about what he can get out of the negotiations. That's really what the fuck it seems like. When he turned down, like, it's, in my opinion, with the Devin Haney shit, when you sit and learn and think about and you learn the game and how people really and when contracts really get made and shit like that. This was a conversation on Twitter or their cell phones, bruh. And my like, let's just think about this. Devin Haney don't make, like, for real, that a conversation in a text message is not a fucking contract. It's not a binding contract. All he really had to say is, look, I'll take 10% to fight your ass. If you really telling me that it's 30% is mandatory, then you're going to get that regardless. Why didn't you say yes to the fight? Why didn't you say yes to fighting Devin for all of those titles when you was talking shit? You should have said yes to the 20% because you knew when it came down to the negotiations, the things that you know what I'm saying, you could have got what you were supposed to get from the rules of boxing. If that's the case, if that's the reason why you didn't do it, like, I understand, I seen it from his way, but now I don't see it like that no more. Because this is just over and over again. All you're doing is turning down motherfucking opportunities over and over again. He's just turning shit the fuck down. But it's everybody else's fault. I remember years ago, I told people that, you know, the fights versus Tank might never happen because these young niggas, these YNs don't want to do what they are told, bruh. They don't want to do what they're told. and take whatever they're getting offered. And I was right. I mean, I don't care how it sounds no more because it's facts, bro. After all of these years, where are they in numbers when it comes to Tank? After all of these arguments and conversations, when it comes down to the numbers that women lie and people lie, but the numbers don't, right? Where are they at when it comes down to numbers after all of these years? They still in Tank shadow after all of these years. After all of these, Tank don't fight nobody. After all of these, he ain't never fought a champion. After all of these, he fight cherry picks. After all of these, he don't know boxing. After all of that, they still in his damn tail light. They still in the back seat. Numbers still ain't nowhere. If you combine their two numbers, they still ain't nowhere. They should just take what you're being offered since you think you better than him. You know, everybody knows that if you beat Tank, you get a rematch. So what's the crying for? What are you talking about? Soon as that fucking shit comes across your table, soon as the Tank contract or somebody calling you come across the table, drop everything and say yes. It doesn't even matter. Say yes because you know you're gonna beat him, right? And what happens if you beat him? You get a second fight, right? You get that rematch, right? Y'all really need to put what people be saying into real perspective. Like, really think about what fighters really be fucking saying, bro. Shakur do a lot of talking, bro. He Bud 2.0. He been doing a lot of talking for years about Gervonta Davis. Years. You cannot tell me out of all the times he's contradicted himself, you don't have still in the back of your mind. Is it for real? You can't tell me you still have in the back of your mind that he ain't scared to fight Tank. He'll fight anybody. You know that. To be honest, Keyshawn Davis was thinking about Shakur when he said that shit. He's been tricking the boxing game for too long. Because y'all can't sit here and tell me with a straight face. Y'all do this all the time, bro. You can't sit here and tell me that he did not admit that Tank Davis wanted to fight him. You can't admit that he sat there and said, this why I can't be real with everybody. You feel me? Some people just it's going to get ugly for some people. I'm telling you, yo. If y'all can't sit and admit that man said that Tank wanted to fight him, but yeah, he wanted a multi-fight deal. If y'all, a lot of Shakur fans can't sit and be honest and say that. Why? And the reason why is because they know that Shakur is still going to act like Tank's scared, and they have to back him regardless of what he says. That's the problem that I have with a lot of Shakur fans. That's been the problem that I had with Shakur. You fake tough. That's honestly you're fake tough, bro. You fake tough, homie. If you really know that Tank fans is going to be mad that day that you fight Tank, then what the fuck why would you ask for a multi-fight deal and you're going to make your own when you beat Tank? You're going to get two, right? If you beat Tank, like, this ain't fucking rocket science. 2 + 2 is 4. If the only way that you get a rematch with Tank is because it's in the contract, if you beat him, you get a rematch, then what needs to be said further? If you get a call for Tank, if you want a multi-fight deal, all you got to do is say yes to the fight. I don't understand what's so hard to understand. But a lot of fans can't wrap their little brain around that shit. Regardless of all the stuff that people say, regardless of all that shit, if they can't sit and say that, yeah, Shakur said that. Yes, it's facts that if you beat Tank, if you beat him, you get a rematch. And yeah, if you get 2 fights, that's more than fucking one. If you cannot sit and say that shit, then for real, I don't like, bruh. Y'all are all bullshit. You're all bullshit. And the fans been bullshit for years. I made a video 2 years ago about the fans being bullshit. I feel like re-putting it out. I feel like re-releasing the motherfucker. Because a lot of people went by what I said in that video, but damn it, it's like y'all forgot. Y'all must have forgot, like Roy Jones. Mike Rhymes says, I'm fighting for the belts, and the next time I'll get the cash he didn't want to fight. That's the only thing that I can say. He's not like Crawford, and Crawford would have went for all the belts. No, the only thing I'm talking about, he's like Crawford because of the moves he's making. He don't fight like Crawford. Crawford got more heart than Shakur. That's obvious. They not in the same. I'm not talking about him fighting for sure. Definitely not talking about him fighting. But the same mentality, everything that you didn't like about Bud as far as his boxing moves, that's what Shakur is about, is what I'm saying. When somebody asked him about if PBC contacted him for the deal, and he said yeah, and he was talking about what I wanted to do, negotiations, bruh, oh my God. That's basically blatantly what I said, bro. He care about what he's going to get out of negotiations. Now, where does legacy come in at? Where does all of this, oh, well, he wants the legacy and he wants the boxing great. Where does that shit come in at when you care about negotiations more than signing on the dotted line? You care about what you're going to get from somebody else's hard work, like we all seen from Bud. They just want control, bro. Want to have control over something that they don't have rights to. They have no rights to A-side shit when it comes to Gervonta Davis. And the numbers aren't even close. They're not even close. Nobody that people want Tank to fight is A-side over him. And the numbers aren't even close. People really just like arguing. And it has to be over nothing. Because if it was over something, then the conversation would already be dead. We would already came to agreement. We would already have some understanding. We would already found a solution. It would already be answered. No, it has to be over nothing. It has to be over why is it cold outside. It has to be over why does the tree blow when the wind is blowing. It has to be over nonsense for it to continue to go over year and year, going over year and year and year. Next year it will still be going on until Tank retires. It's still going to go on. I'm not even mad that he's going to pick up his money and pick up his boots and leave. Only thing that I'm disappointed in is that other fighters didn't say yes. I'm not disappointed in Gervonta Davis. I'm not disappointed. I'll say that I'm not disappointed in Gervonta Davis. I'm not. Out of the hand that he was dealt, he did everything possible that he could do to make good fights. Out of hand that everybody else was dealt, no, the fuck they did not. They purposely just used Tank to promote their bullshit. Period. Like, that's really what the fuck. I don't know. You didn't really try to fight nobody. I don't see that shit. Salute to you, whatchamacallit. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Fucking, it's a bunch of senseless arguing, man. That's what it is. A bunch of senseless arguing. Now, I seen Bud's interview with Andre Ward. I really don't have much to say about it. I skipped through it. It was so fucking dry and boring. It's two men that's had a long bro match for each other, sitting and having a conversation. One man is interviewing the other. That's exactly what it was. I didn't learn shit from the whole interview. And I skipped through a couple of parts. So maybe I skipped through something that I could have learned, maybe. But damn it, I sat and watched at least 55 minutes of that shit. Seriously, like I didn't really learn nothing. Like Andre Ward's best interview was the one he had versus with Devin Haney, and it was only because it seemed like he ruffled Devin Haney's feathers on mistake. It's because he said something that he knew that he would probably not like. It's the only thing. It's the only reason why it was good. And it was nothing. It was no drama in the interview, but it was on. I learned something that I didn't know in that interview. All the other interviews, man, like it's just be up there just praising. It's not an interview. It's just like a praise session. Church. That's just what it is. That's what it seemed like. But I was told that Bud said that he was blackmailed, and it's he was blackmailed in boxing. Man, I disagree like a motherfucker. You can't say that you're being blackmailed when you sign and resign with Top Rank, bro. You can't try to sue Bob Arum and then say that you were being blackmailed and didn't get fights, bro. That's the whole reason why you tried to sue him, because he didn't give you certain fights. And you know what I'm saying? It's like Tank trying to sue Floyd because he didn't give him, he didn't give him the Devin Haney fight. Like, really? But that's what you was going to do. You was willing to do. You put the paperwork in to do. I don't even know if you really did it. But that's what you said, that you was going to sue Bob because he didn't get you the fights. But now you telling people that you was blackballed, bro. Like, I don't even, how, when? Like, he fought every year. Gary Russell fights once a year. Gary Russell Jr. fights once a year. I don't remember him using the word blackballed. Like, seriously. But the fans think that about Bud. The fans think that Bud took the easy route. They've been saying that for years. Bud re-signing with Bob and only having to fight one person that did all the work to get undisputed or whatever. That's what people have been saying for years. That's what people have been saying. That's what they've been saying. The man that gave Bud all his respect and fans was not Ndongo. Do you hear me? The person that gave Bud all his respect and fans was not no damn Ndongo of the dude he got undisputed from at 140. It was not Ndongo. It was Spence. It was Earl Spence. Earl Spence had to wait 3 years and let you flip a coin to see who walk out first. Just to coincide with you, like he was the B side and you was the A side, just to get the fight. He gave you more money and stuff. That's why people say you're a bad businessman. We're not saying that because you don't got money, bruh. Racist people can say that they're bad businessmen because they're racist and was selling slaves that had a lot of money. What are you talking about? Just because you got money, it's because you filthy rich. I got a bunch of shit. Does not mean you wasn't a bad businessman, bro. And you could be a great businessman out of 10 businesses, but as soon as you be bad at one, we can call you A. In this situation, you was bad at this one. This one right here, you were bad at. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that. When you make a mistake, people say, "Oh, yeah, you made a mistake." You don't not say it just because he didn't make a mistake the last 10 times. No, that was a mistake. And what you were doing when it came to that fight was bad business. Yeah, I don't care how many millions you got. Salute to you. But that doesn't mean you did not do bad business within 30 days. That 30 days was bad. Okay? Bad business. 15 years was great business. This 30 days was bad. We can say that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But fans push Bud to fight the people who he fought. Am I wrong? Didn't we push Bud to fight who he fought? All the people that mattered after 140 pounds. And when Bud left and was at welterweight, ever since then, we pushed Bud to have the best fights that he got on his record after 140. We pushed that. But he's saying he was blackballed. He got Manny Pacquiao's name on the signature Like, he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, and then the fight didn't happen. But he was blackballed? Bud's doing the most. Dang, man. But he's trying to do the most because he's trying to change what people see in him, what people are saying about him. Trying to form some type of a lie. He's trying to say some type of lie. He's trying to change the facts. You know what I mean? Trying to say they lying in the form of reflection, bro. Like, that's you saying what somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? And saying that's not you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, somebody else is doing that. I'm not doing that. That's what that is. Like, trying to say that you was being blackballed. Bro, get the hell out of here. You're trying to say the one thing that you can say to make people think opposite of what people already seen from your actions, bro. We already seen it. It's ridiculous, man. Boxing, I hope will get better. I really do. I hope it will get better. I respect all the boxers that earn their paycheck, meaning that go in there and actually fight. So I respect almost everybody. I respect the fighters that, you know, that try to give us a fight and they say yes to top competition. I respect fighters more, the ones that don't lie to the fans. And it's not really that many fighters that's in their 20s that's not lying to fans. And that's the sad part about it. The YNs are out of control, okay? But like I said, man, I'm looking forward to November. First, I'm looking forward to the Keith Thurman fight. But I'm looking forward to November, man. Like, it's the stuff that people are saying, though, about Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is the reason why I said what I said here today. The stuff, this is it's all stupid. It's all foolishness. And if somebody that I knew that really wanted money, because like I said, yo, he care about what he can get in negotiations more than anything else, bro. I don't care what you say. He's already had titles in a few weight classes. That legacy shit ain't more on his mind than what the fuck he can get out of negotiations. Or else he would have already fought Devin Haney for undisputed, and he would have already said yes to Tank Davis. And that fight would have been on his way, or we would already had it. Like, those are the facts. And those are the facts because the other fighters already admitted to it. The sad thing is a lot of fans just allow fighters to say whatever. You know what I mean? That's the part that's ruining the sport. And I've said that before, and I'm probably going to re-drop that video. The fans is the reason why boxing sucks. Why boxing sucks at some times. It's us, because we allow shit to happen. All right. Nobody should be saying, no fighter that got a phone call to fight another fighter that said no should be talking shit like that fighter don't want to see him or he's scared. All of us as fans and supporters of this sport should be shunning that fighter and letting everybody know the real, so that fighter can't go on to another platform and talk freely about something that's not true. But we allow this bullshit to happen constantly, yo. That's really, I had to get up off my chest about the shit that's going on today. I mean, going on this week, and for real, the last couple of weeks. And some of the stuff for the last few years, man, like shit, I'm just really over a lot of stuff that people be saying. And y'all just finna get the real. Y'all finna get the real, because people, this stuff is irritating to a fault, bro. But that's all my time today. I'm out. Holla at you, girl, next Saturday.
I'm working on fine. Penny X.